Hi everyone, welcome to Crochet Rocks. It's Tracy and this video is the 23 non-yarny things. I've been tagged a few times and I didn't know about that. I managed to miss every time until the last one, but apparently I've been tagged quite a bit, so I'm going to do that for you today. And I did the 10 non-yarny things, but that was things you had to come up with yourself. You had to work for it. But this time they're set questions. I've got them written down. They're pretty small, but hopefully with the aid of my neck light, I'll be able to do it. So beforehand, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And, you know, YouTube always send out notifications. They're good that way. Okay, so number one is, what's my favourite colour? That's weird asking someone who does yarn things that, isn't it? Because there's so many beautiful colours and beautiful colour combinations that, you know. My favourite colour I always say is blue. But when I wrote with Chris, the website for Hobby Rocks, I did it. This colour, magenta. I love it. And purple. So when I was young, my favourite colour was purple because it was Donny Osmond's favourite colour, and so I had to do everything, you know, the way Donny did it. So I still like purple, really, but blue kind of blends into purple, which then blends into magenta. So yeah, it is so hard though, isn't it, when you're used to picking out colours to make things that are pretty, to pinpoint one colour. But if I had to say one, I would say blue. My favourite genre of music, and that's just as hard for me, just as hard. I mean, really, rock, I guess, is what I listen to the most, and that encompasses such a wide variety of music as well. I mean, I love Metallica, as you all know, but Gary and we listen to a lot of Theory of a Dead Man, who call themselves Theory for short these days. I used to listen to a lot of Nickelback. I was going to say Lickle. I used to listen to a lot of Nickelback and Queen. We both listen to Queen quite a bit when we're chilling in the garden, and Oasis. Those are the main bands that we kind of listen to. But I would say if I had to give an absolute favourite, it would be really difficult, but I'd probably say Metallica and rock. So favourite food, didn't ask me about my musician, did it? No, just genre, rock. Then favourite food, well, you didn't get a physique like this by not having several favourite foods, you know, just saying. Although I have lost weight, I've lost over 2 stone now, which is 2 stone is £28 if you're across the pond. And if you subscribe to Diet Rocks, you'll be following my progress. If you haven't already, don't forget to find it, because it's not all chat about diets, but it does follow my progress. So my favourite food changed a bit because when I had COVID and then the jabs, my taste buds went really weird, and some of the things that were traditionally like my favourite things, I can't stand. So things have changed rather a lot for me. But I have to say that the thing that has always been constant throughout my life, believe it or not, is a fried egg sandwich. Oh, with ketchup on. Now that to me is the ultimate. Or you can put it on toast, same thing, as long as it's buttered. And I don't mean like spread, it's got to be butter. Then that was absolutely my favourite. That and donuts, you know, with jam inside. Oh, those are my favourite foods. This is why, you know, seriously, should have said salad. That would never happen. Favourite soda or pop? Well, like I said, my taste buds went a bit weird, so for the while I couldn't really have any, but it started to come back to me now. And I used to love cherry Coke. That was my diet though. It tastes different from sugared, But Diet Cherry Coke in the silver can, the very first flavoured one they made, really, apart from they did do lime for a while. But that one, it tasted a bit like prune juice to me. Like, it was lovely. I was addicted to it at one point. And then it became more like cherry Pepsi Max and raspberry Pepsi Max. And I absolutely love raspberry Pepsi Max now. It's my one that I go to. But other than that, one that I've always loved is vanilla Coke. I do love vanilla Coke. I think vanilla Coke just reminds you of all those days when you used to have Coke floats. All the yummy stuff. My favourite animal. Well, although I have a cat, and I have to say that my favourite domestic animal is a cat, I would say an alpaca is my favourite animal because they look so crazy with their wild kind of like frizzy do. I love them. I absolutely love llamas as well, but alpaca has to be my favourite animal. Not because they're just comedy looking, but they're gorgeous. So that's that. Favourite holiday. I think this means like Christmas sort of thing, rather than, you know, Las Vegas. Could be either. But my favourite holiday, I guess, is Christmas, because I've always been a sucker for Christmas. You know, when you have kids and suddenly it all becomes very magical. I'm going to have to put my fan on, guys. It's under the desk. It's rather warm in here. It's raining out, so it makes it muggy. If that's too much, I'll turn it down. Maybe go down a little bit. There we go. That's the lowest. So, yeah, Christmas, I would say, without a doubt. It's just all that stuff that goes along with it as well, and the crazy kind of Christmas movies and the lovely food and the presents and spending time with family and kids' faces. Favourite book? Hands down, my favourite book. I read when I was at school. Oh yeah, I still remember it. It was only a few years back. What are you on about? Well, it's going to probably shock you. Down and Out in Paris and London by George Orwell. Because I really got into that. The way he immersed himself in the lifestyle of a tramp, hobo, whatever you want to call it, living on the streets of London. And then again in Paris, working as the lowest kind of denominator in a restaurant was called the plongeur, which was the washer-upper, basically. And, you know, I think there was probably washer-uppers above him. So, yeah, he was living in the poorest ways, but obviously he was undercover and exposing the lifestyle, which, yeah, I loved that book. And it really kind of had a bit of a profound effect on me, I think, when I was at school. And opened my eyes to serious literature. Yeah, anyway, that's it. George Orwell. Favourite pizza topping? I can't eat pizza anymore. I can't have dairy, I can't have gluten, so you can get them, but they're just, you wouldn't want to eat them, you know. You wouldn't want to eat them. So when I could eat pizza, I would always go for a meat feast, because I just love the spicy meats, not like hot spicy on my tongue, that kind of thing, but you know, with pepperoni and sausage on and that sort of stuff. Like that. With those lushings of cheese. Favourite pastime? Well, I guess they don't mean like crochet then. Other pastime. Watching TV, I guess. That's really boring of me, I know. I mean, I could say like fell walking or rock climbing or skiing would be so much more interesting, but I just love a good Netflix show or a good Prime show or whatever. Something to get your teeth into and binge watch. That's kind of my thing these days. And I'm an armchair critic. Favourite TV series? Oh, I don't really watch any anymore. I don't get time. Have I missed one? Pastime, no. TV show was number 10. I used to watch the soaps, and I very rarely get to see them now. Every now and then I try and do a little catch up, but I'm probably about 50 episodes behind, so it's going to be, and I don't think I'll ever be able to catch up anymore. So what do I watch? Proper TV. I always gravitate at times back to watching 24 because I love Jack Bauer. I just love it. I love the whole thing. I love the way it started. I love the whole cast, and it was really my thing. So if I had to say one of my favourite TV show of all time, I'd say that. If you're looking for a current one, I've only just finished watching Ozark. I really liked that. But yeah, Bauer. God, have a bit of Bauer. My favourite fruit, banana. And I think, you know, it's the yummiest kind of... No, it's so hard to choose because, you know, in this country we are blessed with having absolutely beautiful fruit like cherries. British cherries and British strawberries are second to none, you know. You can get them around the world. We get imported strawberries and they're quite tasteless compared to ours. There's something about our climate and our soil that produces really sweet, lovely strawberries and cherries. So they're obviously really beautiful and I love them. And I love a banana. I went off bananas when my taste buds went funny, but thankfully that's one of those that did come back. So I'm not a massive fruit eater. Don't get me wrong. I don't. Gary is. Gary eats tons of it. He gets through bags of fruit, but I will eat it, you know, now and then. But on the keto diet, which I'm doing now, low carb, keto, Atkins, whatever you want to call it, you can only really have strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. Favorite vegetable? My cauliflower, I suppose. I mean, I really like potatoes and stuff, but I can't have them at the moment. So if I was not dieting, potato would be hands down. So many wonderful things you can do with the spuds. Favourite subject at school? Lunchtime. Sorry. Be serious. I would have said English because I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, but I was really good at it, you know. I spoke it fluently. No, but, you know, I was actually quite good at English, so I could excel at it. I was good at writing creatively, and they were always reading out my stuff, and it was kind of nice to have something that, you know, I was good at. But I did like history and drama. As you can probably imagine, if you watch my Slim Chats, you'll know I do a movie quote of the day and I act it, you know. So, yeah, I do like a bit. Things like that were my favourite lessons, but I did like sciences as well. Not that I did very many. I mean, biology was probably the best one for me. Subject at school is at an angle. Favourite actor or actress? Well, I'll do both. It's hard to do an actor. It really is hard for me to give you an actor because there are so many that I absolutely love, like, you know, Tom Hanks, for instance, Will Smith, who I quote quite a lot, and Eddie Murphy and all those people, you know, they're brilliant. And, you know, Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone and all of those guys, they're all just amazing. And Clint Eastwood, they're just amazing. But if I had to say my favourite actor for being, it would have to be Chris Hemsworth. And I think I've well documented this fact several times over, but yeah. For Thor, Chris Hemsworth. So if I said actress, probably shock you now, Helen Mirren. I absolutely adore and love Helen Mirren. And I love Kathy Bates as well, but Helen Mirren. She's posh and she's just got it all, I think. I love Helen Mirren. I need to straighten that out a little bit. Actor or actress? Singer or singer stroke band, I'm gonna say. Hard one, it really is, because I love, as I say, Metallica as a band, but the voice of Tyler Connolly from Theory of a Dead Man. I love his voice too. I just have so many, you know. It is hard to kind of pinpoint one. And, you know, from time and time ago, it had to be Bryan Adams for me. Richard Marx, all those kind of yummy guys. And the guy from REO Speedwagon, who had a great voice. Favourite superhero? Well, I'd have to say Thor. Not only because he's Chris Hemsworth and he is for Thor, but he's funny and he comes up with some great lines. Obviously not meaning to be funny because he's just Thor, and but it cracks me up. So I love Thor, you know, because of that. It's just funny. He doesn't mean to be funny, but he is. Favourite comedian? Sarah Millican. Sarah Millican, if you haven't seen her, if you're from another country, you need to look her up. She's a little kind of chubby gal from kind of South Shields, Middlesbrough area. So she's got a lovely, I can't do it to order, but sometimes I can do it. She's got a great accent, absolutely great accent. And she does observational humour, but it's from a female perspective. So, and that I have been known to laugh so much a bit of wee pops out when she, you know, I didn't really need that part, did I? But yeah, I went to see her live with my son Paul. Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. But she does things, you know, she'll do comedy a lot about food and about weight, especially cake. Cake is her favourite food. And she does the funniest thing I ever saw, and it really did give me an asthma attack. I was laughing so much. Was her self-service checkout sketch. Oh, you know, surprising item in the bagging area, all that sort of thing. Yeah, great. I love Sarah Millican, but I also love Lee Evans. If I had to pick a man, same reason. I would die one of these days laughing at these guys. It'd give me asthma. Comedian was number 17. 18 is favourite season. I love them all, but I like the ones that are not so hot. So spring, although we've had a really hot spring, and we did 2 years ago. Last year was a bit of a horrible weather-wise for us, but the previous year was a very dry, long, hot spring and summer. So I like autumn because it's like a welcome relief from all that. But I don't really enjoy the rain. You know, it makes your hair frizzy. You don't really want to go out much. And I like watching it through the window, especially storms. But I would say spring, but everything kind of springs to life. And the garden's just looking like the bulbs are coming out and life is springing back. I like that. Number 19, favourite movie. Goodness. That is going to be a mega hard one because I love so many movies. I really do. But I guess if I had to say one that I've watched time and time again. Oh God, there's so many that I've watched. Like all the Terminator one. But I would say Back to the Future because I love Michael J. Fox, and it was such a clever thing, and the cast in that, the way they worked with each other, and especially the second one, that was just so clever. But I just loved the whole concept. It was brilliant. It had everything. It had humour, and it was just great. I loved that. Favourite movie, Back to the Future, whatever number. Favourite smell? Well, certainly isn't fluffy, I can tell you. I think I've had several favourite perfumes, but the one that when my sense of smell and everything got messed up by the coronavirus, things didn't smell right when I came back, and the one that returned to make me go, oh, first was Dior Hypnotic Poison, and but is it opium? Black opium is my usually has always been my favourite since it was released. But the first one to taste, to smell, not taste, I don't drink it, right for me was Dior Hypnotic Poison. Nearly forgot the name then. Number 21, the best friend. Oh, got to be Gaza, isn't it, really? But really, I guess the best friend that I've had for a long time that has just been a friend is my friend Steve. He was my next door neighbour, and he was my gay friend, and we used to go to bingo and go out for meals and clubs, and we were younger, you know, and we danced on the tables together, and yeah, so he was probably my best friend. He got me through some rough times, and he's always looked out for me, and he's lovely. So he's my best friend, apart from Gary. 22, favourite decade. I bet everyone of a certain age says the 80s. I bet. But I think each decade has something, doesn't it? But I would say, you know, when I first started to listen to music and come into my own kind of way, it was the late 70s and then early 80s. So I suppose the 80s is my favourite decade, but life seemed a lot more simple then. I know I don't think it did at the time, but looking back the way the world is today, it was so much of an easier time and simpler time. The world is really, don't you think that pace of life is just getting faster and faster, and technology is getting faster and faster, and things become obsolete quicker? If you cast your mind back to the 60s, 50s and 60s, there really wasn't that much technology, and then all of a sudden, and even the 70s didn't really, did it? And then bam, it's kind of rolling along at such a pace, and it's a simpler time, and I think that's one of the reasons I like it. 23, favourite non-Yarny YouTube channel. Ooh. There's a couple I watch, and I can't remember her name. It's an older lady who, I say older lady, I make her sound really ancient, but she's not. But she does skin stuff and makeup things and hair stuff. She's got really lovely grey hair, really thick. So I did used to watch her few techniques and stuff. And there's a guy, I want to say his name is something Lowther, and he's a keto channel, and Delowther, it pops up from time to time, and I've watched a few recipes, but I don't really get chance to watch anymore. I'm so busy writing the website, getting my business up and running, doing my YouTube channels, and you know, babysitting here and there, and all the stuff that you have to do, that I don't really get chance anymore to look up others. But there is one, and sometimes I listen to him and sometimes I can't, and that is Russell Brand. He has his own YouTube channel where he will take popular things, like getting the virus jab, you know, and he'll take it apart, and he will look it up and kind of see just how beneficial it is, or is it the only people that does it benefit really are the drug companies, that sort of thing, you know. He does have a way with words, does Russell Brand, and yeah, I listen to him sometimes, but other times I look at the subject header and I think, no. No, but I find him incredibly funny. And in fact, probably the last book I read was my little bookie book. So yeah, so that's it. Well, I think everybody on the planet has already been tagged, but if you haven't been tagged and you want to do this, consider yourself tagged. and get your 23 non-yarny things. I will put a list of the questions in the bottom in the description box, so that it's easy if you just cut and paste them and you haven't got to like go back, listen to them all and jot them down. But if you want to do it, please consider yourself well and truly tagged. So thank you for watching, and I hope you managed to find out a few things about me that I didn't already tell you when I was babbling away in the corner on my blog. So bye for now. Stay safe, everyone.